Yo, what's good? You tuned in with King H in the collab. You know what it is, man. Let's get it.
All right, guys. Another episode of the collab. It's the kid. I got another guest with me, King H. How you doing, bro?
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First and foremost, bro. So where you from, man?
I'm from LA.
LA?
But I've been living in IE for a good amount of my life.
Mm-hmm. So you consider yourself a LA or IE artist?
I'm in the middle. Like,
You're in the middle.
Yeah. Nah, real shit. That's a good question. Like, people been asking me that. Like, as of lately, it's just general. Like, either or, both, kind of.
Yeah, because I know there's a little competition between the two. So
not with me. I got love for both places.
Yeah,
I got
good.
love for both.
That's good.
Yeah.
So where'd you go to high school, man?
I went to high school. I went to Centennial. I went to Corona High, and I went to this school called Levy. I graduated from there.
You play any sports or?
Yeah, I played basketball. I played football. I actually stopped. Like, it was a point in my life. It was like football, like rapping. Well, that's what I made at that point. Like, I made a decision just to choose rapping over playing the sport.
Right.
At one point in my life.
Right. What helped you make that decision? Like, and then how did your parents respond? Like, did you tell them, or was it just a independent grind?
Well, like, it's crazy. Like, I was always writing raps, like, before practice, at lunch, and shit like that. And I don't know, it's just like, one day I was just like, damn, am I finna go to, I got a scholarship offer, and I'm like, am I gonna go to college, or do I want to spend this time, like, just making music? I always wanted to be a rapper, so I was just like, I'm just gonna not just, it sounds dumb at the time, so you just imagine how my parents was, or my mom. You can imagine how she was. She didn't react to it the best, but she just wanted like the best for her son. She didn't see the vision. Nobody really saw it back then. So, So that's what it was.
Yeah. So how did you like plan that out? Like, cause I know, were you like 16, 17?
For sure.
Yeah.
For
like,
sure.
How did you plan out the future? Was there like a plan B, or was it just, hey, this is plan A and we're going on?
Well, like I said, I always rap. Like, that's something a lot of people didn't know at the time. Like, I always rap. So it was kind of, making that decision was kind of easy for me. But so it wasn't like something I just thought of last minute, you know, like, I'm a rap.
Right.
But yeah, so it was kind of an easy decision for me. Yeah.
Interesting. So like, with the scholarship, like, over your head, and probably your parents not agreeing, how is it, like, the reaction from your friends? Like, were your friends like supportive, or was it more they just laughed it off and continue? Because I know
laughed at me.
Yeah.
People laughed at me. Yeah. Like, that's how shit went. It was like, what are you doing? You're ruining your life.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's how
and then now everybody wants to do music. Like, it's funny how that works. But you remember your first song? Like, either your first song that you put out or your first rap?
I remember it. Well, it's a lot of first times. Like, when I was in middle school, I had a first time. Like, when I actually took this as my career choice, it was that first time. So which first time?
Let's say first song, like your first single. Like, how was that? How was that process?
Bad.
It was bad?
It was bad. Like, it was bad. Yeah.
I mean, you learn as you go, right?
Yeah, so, it wasn't the best song ever, so it wasn't. Yeah, I just say that wasn't the best.
All right, after like the first couple of songs, when was it like, oh, now I gotta put out a project? Like, I got like enough of a support system behind me.
Well, to me, I always fuck with my shit. Like, I always thought I was like the coldest at this shit. Like, that was just my mindset with it. But I remember I dropped this song, one of my biggest songs. It was called Switch Up. It was like, it got a real good reaction, and I was just like, I'm gonna drop an album. And I always liked albums. I feel like I'm more of an album type of artist. Yeah. More than the single type of artist, for sure. Yeah.
You remember like your first show, like announcing it and then performing?
For sure. My first like big show, for sure. It was like, damn, that shit was so long ago. But it was with Post Malone. It was at it was like OHM nightclub, and that shit went crazy. That shit was fun. It was fun.
That club closed, didn't it?
Yeah, they ended up closing that shit down. I knew the owner too. That shit it was my spot. I used to be up there a lot. I did some shit with like Travis Scott up there. Like,
for real?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was fun as fuck, bro.
I think the last time I was there was like for Blueface, and then they closed it like a month later.
He went crazy up there.
Crazy. So, did you know anyone in the crowd? How many people like pulled up that you knew, like personally, and you saw them in the crowd?
At that time, it was just gang with me. It was just a couple of the homies. It was like that I knew maybe like 10, 15, but one of my homies got that shit so lit. You know who you is. Shout out to you. He just got he like started the mosh pit for me. So it looked way more lit than than I really was at the time. Then you know when somebody sees somebody else doing something, they go follow along. Right. Before I know it, I'm like performing this. Only did like 2 or 3 songs that night, but that shit was fun.
And you said you opened for Post Malone?
Well, like how clubs work, I opened for him. You could say that. Yeah.
Did you meet him or?
Nah, I didn't meet, cause I left early.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Before that, after I performed, I left.
You left?
Stay.
Yeah, okay. Are you a club person or?
Like, what you mean?
Like, like if tomorrow's was Saturday, would you be hitting the club to perform, or you be hitting the club?
If I'm performing, I'm going. I'm getting that like a bag. If it's a bag to be got, I'm getting that bag, and I'm out of there. I usually don't. If I got a choice to step out on a Saturday, I don't think it'd be the club.
Be riding, huh?
It just depends on if I'm in album mode, album mode, like working on Welcome to Hollywood. It was just locked in. Days of the week, I don't care. We waking up early, we writing a rap, we hitting the studio whichever day I got something done. And that's what it was. It took me like a year to make that shit.
A year? Yeah, that's good.
Well, I started working on it. I dropped Before the Fame. That's my other project in 2020. And like right after that, I started working on this. So, at first, it wasn't even gonna be called like Welcome to Hollywood. I had just so many ideas and names for it. I didn't know what I was gonna call it. At first, it's gonna be an EP. I was gonna drop it at the beginning of 2021. Then time just kept going and shit just happened the way it happened.
How did COVID like affect you? Because I know everybody stuck in the house.
I hate thinking about that shit, though. Nah, but bro, like I had a crazy momentum from 2019 going into 2020. I just did one of the biggest shows in my life. Then like everything changed like fast. And, you know, like I had shit on the table, like people I'm about to work with. Shit's about to happen. Like then that shit just stopped. Like you know what I'm saying. So fuck me up. Fuck me up. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel like you bounced back, or are you still bouncing back from that?
We just dropped Welcome to Hollywood. We back. We back. It's had to stay down for a year, work on this shit, but we back. Most def.
Who are your influences like growing up? Like for rappers, producers?
Growing up for sure, like Lil Wayne. That was Lil Wayne, J. Cole, Kendrick. And Drizzy, for sure. For sure. I feel like those everybody's like
that's
name,
everybody top
you know what
3.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for sure, like,
What about, so you had like 100,000, right? And you needed a feature. Like, who was your first person?
100 bands?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even spend that 100. I couldn't get my feature with 100 bands. I don't even want to put nobody feature prices out there.
Right.
It's a couple artists. But if I could, with 100 bands, you probably not worth this much, bro. Don't take no disrespect by it. I would want a Tory Lanez feature. I would want like an A Boogie feature. Like, if that's, I'm pretty sure they prices is probably more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like 100 bands, I feel like
that's doable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fuck with them. Like they some dope ass artists, so I want to do something like that.
That's cool. That's cool. So with the album just out, cause it just dropped earlier this week. Like, why did you want to drop on Monday instead of like usually artists drop on like Fridays, or for us on the West Coast, it's like Thursday at like 9 p.m.
No, honestly, just like I just wanted a day to drop for me. I know artists be dropping Wednesday night, Thursday, mostly sometimes Friday. But I just want like shit. Nobody drop on Monday. Niggas be worried about album sales, like, cause if you drop Friday, you get that full week. But Monday, I don't give a fuck about album sales, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm just trying to get this shit out, you know? Like my own label, I own my own label and shit. So it's like I'm not just in that industry shit right now. Like nobody's worried about fucking King H first week sales, right? Like on this level right now. But yeah, that's it.
When did you start your record label?
That's one thing that good happened for me during the pandemic. 2021, I established my record label, Early Celebrations Entertainment. This album was released under the label, so you know what I'm saying. Started that last year.
Are you looking to like sign any artists, or is the focus just on you right now?
Now I got one artist I work with.
Oh yeah.
He on the album right now, Hollywood. One of the artists, you know, that I'm working. He dope as hell, real dope dude. And yeah, I'm of course looking for artists.
Yeah.
Really produce anybody, everybody, anybody. Yeah.
Who's your like go-to producers? Like if you, let's say the next album, who's like the top 3 people that you hit up like right now?
For the next album, G, I'm not even thinking that far ahead. Nah, not yet, G. But shit, when I get in the works, I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But what's your goals like for the rest of the year? It's early. You dropped pretty early January.
Pretty early. Rest of the year, I don't want to get nothing too crazy out, but it's just like rest of the year, man. I would say I'm working on my first show, like just my first show, like no opening for nobody, just a King H show. So all my supporters and fans could just come and vibe out with my music, you know. That's for sure one thing we got in the work. I'm working on that with Bag Season. It's another company that I'm working on putting that together with.
Yeah, bro, that's good. So how, like, as an independent artist, where are the ups, where's the downs, where's the frustrations? Like, have any, like, record labels, like, approached you, or how's that been?
Independent artists, you independent. If you're really independent, you funding this shit yourself. You got to find your shows yourself. You got to record the music yourself. You got to do everything yourself. Yeah. That's independent. As far as record labels reaching out to me, yeah, I got a couple label interests. I got a couple labels I spoke to in the past. But things have changed now. I just dropped a project, so that discussion is not finna be the same. Yeah, so for real. The discussion's got to be different now.
How do you like promote yourself? Are you like TikTok, Instagram? Like,
well, it was crazy, G. I don't even have a TikTok. Somebody got to put me on. I'm for sure late. I don't have a TikTok.
I don't know how to use it.
In fact, G, I'm late. I'm trying to learn how to get on TikTok, but right now it's just IG, Twitter. It's like the main shit. YouTube, like the main shit right now. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I see you dropped a music video too. How was that process? Did you enjoy doing that?
Yo, shout out to my guy Mario, Visions, Didi, the team over there. Hell yeah, G, that shit was dope. That shit was fun. Lonely Victories video is out now. If you ain't seen it, go watch it. That shit was just explaining like just some of the shit I've been through in my life. Just some of the summarize it up just into 4 minutes. I tried to just put out some of the shit I've been through in my life, and just that's really Mario. Mario directed that. All props to him. He's a dope guy. Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, let's get into the album. Let's listen to a couple tracks, bro.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Sir. Let's get it.
When your chest is slim, I was grinding in the dark, barely seen the light. Now she all up on my kickstand, riding like a bike. All because my verse is tight. Ain't dropped in a year, but I know the wait was worth the right. I'ma kill it now, then do the same in my afterlife. King been pimping like that nigga that played next to Mike. People drop their music, then I listen. I'm like, what's the hype? Baby said I'm a type, dark skin and fuck her right. I gotta get this money, shorty. I can't stay another night. Finna be worth millions. Gotta make sure that the rubber tight. They say before it get beautiful, gotta go through ugly right. I think that's funny. I've been hitting tens on my life. Being broke or humble, you stacking this paper substitute. Been through hell just to come out victorious. Now everything I do bigger than notorious and foreign with Florence shit. The old me died. I feel like that I was born again. Cut off all distractions. Now this money keep. I had to stay down for this shit. I had to stay down for this shit. Look. I told Jalen manage me, just take like 15%. Because when this hit the streets, I'm gon' be rich as a bitch. I don't know how this shit happened, I just stuck to the script. I guess when you stay down, you get blessings and shit. And we had to end like that, you don't know what you meant. I remember I hit licks, then duck off at your crib. I've been ballin' all year, really feel like my bib. Shorty always wear my puffers when she come in my crib. And you niggas did some things that I cannot forgive. They tapping in with the king, trying to see how I live. I put the 9 on the map, look at the shit I done did. You can't do what I do, if I wear it it's new. Can't be compared to these dudes, way ahead of these dudes. situations I had no choice but shoot. I've been moonwalking out these label meetings. I just know my fucking worth, ain't trying to be conceited. I be on my dolo shit. I got.
Yeah. By the way, I had you at a certain price point before I got here. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yo, King H nigga. Start don't talk. Can I talk to y'all real quick? Yo. Look, ain't taking no days off. Look how my work paid off. No, I can't get laid off. No do-rag starting waves now. Grabbing shovel, paving ways now. I'ma bless you if you stay down. King hungry like a caveman. Got my city going ape shit. I thank God he made a way, man. Now I'm ballin' like a space jam. Your name don't really hold no weight, fam. This for my real ones, this for my brodies. Doing shows in front of thousands, they know me. Get your girl, nigga, why she all on me? Celebrating cause I'm bringing home trophies. Used to love you when I ain't love myself. She needed closer, she thought it would help. I'm moving different, addicted to winning. Hopped in my bag when I hopped out my feelings. Breaking world records, I should be in Guinness. Baby and Fendi, dip you in Gucci. Go and get the camera, let's make a movie. My life is cinema, feel like a movie. Feel like a movie. Prices went up, still in the cut. Don't need to say much, shorty gon' blush. I waited for this, I took the risk. Everybody like I'm king in this bitch. Prices went up. Yeah.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy King H, man, here in the cut with the collab. We going crazy. Welcome to Hollywood, out now on all streaming platforms. If you don't got that shit, get that shit right now. And if you don't go get that shit, go get that shit. Look.
Welcome to Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood. I don't talk about love because